I'm going to shift over to Ethereum, which is the other big cryptocurrency. It's the second largest, so it is another really good indicator of sentiment. And we've seen very similar action. Now, Ethereum has torn down much more aggressively than Bitcoin. We are currently seeing what looks like a three-wave corrective bounce. Is this the entire bounce, or is there more to come? It's not totally clear yet, but as I mentioned right here, it's red pattern primary. If we break support, and we definitely broke the support here, this will make more sense on the bigger picture chart. So this is the log chart, of course, on the 4-hour interval. And same story as Bitcoin. It looks like this giant leg of this correction, it looks too big to be a first wave down for a red pattern, but it hasn't validated. So this very well could just be the first wave. And we may see a powerful bounce in an ABC form. And this was our gentleman's exit point. That's what I was calling it. But right now, I don't see that as a very high possibility right now. I'm leaning towards purple as my primary pattern. And just like with Bitcoin, we have this green pattern that hasn't been validated yet. And it actually looks way more credible on the Ethereum chart just because you have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pattern. The proportions kind of work. It has the right look. And this could be interpreted as an A, B, C down as depicted. So we may be done bottoming in Ethereum, or at least close to it. It doesn't technically invalidate until we get to 1710. So that's an important level to look for, because that is, again, the low that we hit in the summer. And when you have really powerful pullbacks like this, especially in the fourth wave, sometimes you don't see us going back down lower and more of a standard C wave as we see in purple. That 1700 mark may just serve as a floor. We may not go down any lower. It's basically a kind of a textbook Elliott wave flat correction. Sometimes your A wave goes about as deep as the C wave a little later. And in this case, we had a very strong expanded B wave flat, which allowed us to hit an all-time high, both in Bitcoin and Ethereum. So we're going to see how this thing progresses. But if I had to make a bet, I think we're going to go a bit lower. How low can we go? Well, 1700 is a key level. We've hit as low as 21, was it 2175, somewhere in that range. If we see a 5-wave impulse up, that would be a very clear warning that, hey, our correction's done. And, if you're planning to get back in, good time to get back in. As I mentioned, I did exit my positions. For me, my cost average for one of my tranches was right around 1700, bought the dip there. There's some other tranches I bought later on with higher cost averages, so I kind of unloaded as I went. At this point, wouldn't be a bad time to attempt to buy if you really have a strong feeling that it's going to go back up. Other than that, though, purple is primary. I have these diagonal trend channel lines drawn. I would expect our fourth wave to go up, and it would stay within this channel trend line. So this thing's targeting around 3,000. If I had to give you a number that it may go and hit, well, based on the extensions we're seeing and all that, yeah, probably the 1.0 would be a good support point for a fourth wave within this purple pattern before we have one final crash. How low could that go? Well, just like with Bitcoin, we do have a strong support based on Elliott wave Fibonacci pinball right at 1151. And, well, that would be a long way down. I'm not fully confident that we're going to go down that far, but it's possible. Again, that 1700 low that we hit in the summer is a strong support, or in this case, a resistance because of the movement going down. That's the primary direction. So that is Ethereum. Both Bitcoin and Ethereum are giving us hints that we may see a bit of a bounce before we finish more down.